So in problem and solution approach, this is the most commonly used approach, especially in argumentative essays. We have a problem and then we discuss the solution to that. Okay, for example, we argue that these might be the loopholes of certain area or certain aspect, but then we also suggest some solutions to that. Okay, or in our daily life we see we would have lots of problems and then we would talk about solutions, and mainly the solution oriented approach is the best approach. आप लोग सिर्फ problems को list out करें कि ये भी मसला है, ये भी मसला है, तो that would not be such an ideal situation. ठीक है? So when we are combining the problem statement with some solutions, that would be an scholarly approach and that would be ideal when you're writing. Okay, so let's watch the video so we could have an idea how we can write a paragraph with problem and solution approach. All right, enjoy.
Alright, good afternoon, class. Today we're going to talk about text structure.
Excuse me, what is that anyway? Like spaces and punctuation marks?
Right. Hardly.
I hope it's audible to all of you.
It's more like thoughts are organized.
Oh, like a problem and a solution. Well, actually, yes. A problem and solution is the text structure. So when you're reading, pay attention to the signs. The text will contain two sections. Yep, that's the way it is designed. The problem section presents the dilemma. Like how can I track my miles while I jog? The solution section presents a way to fix it, and why that way would be the best one for the job. See, the problem will always have a solution. In fact, sometimes it'll have more than one. To get the job done, the text will present the solution that best solve the problem. Now, once you spot this text structure, that'll make it easier to read the text. It'll help you better understand the passage and the ways different ideas connect. When you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know what the author is up to. Problem. Solution. It's a text structure. Now, while you're reading, be sure to observe all the hints and clues, aka signal words. Centuries ago, businesses faced a dilemma. It was difficult for them to ship goods coast to coast. They had to sail all the way around South America, and in time and money it was costing them the most. So in order to shorten the traveling distance, the US, UK, and France each proposed building a Central American canal. They all failed, but still the case wasn't closed. See, this led to the US trying again. They succeeded, and as a result, shipping routes were shortened by thousands of miles, which made it quicker and cheaper to haul. So let's examine what we just read. The problem was the time and the cost, and the Panama Canal was the solution. So the value in trade wouldn't be lost. The signal words, dilemma and proposed, are hints that a problem arose and led to, and as a result, signify one of the solutions they chose. So the next time that you're reading a passage, be sure to look for words that suggest a problem and the solution that solves the problem the best. When you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know what the author is up to. When you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know what the author is up to. Problem. Solution.
All right, so I hope it was very clear, and besides it's very simple. All you have to understand it, what is the problem and how we can suggest the solution. So it would be really helpful for us when we are reading as well as when we are writing. Okay, so when we are writing any paragraph, when we see that this is a type of text structure in which we have a problem and then it would be followed by a solution. All right, so how do we know that there is this problem described? Okay, so then we would see and look for different type of words. What could be words that could show us problem? Okay, that it is talking about problem. Let's say there is this word problem, then we have this word dilemma as described in the video. What else? What could be other words? For example, there could be this word trouble. Okay, trouble का मतलब होता है कि problem में आना. So this could be one other word. What other words could we use for problem? Anyone? Suffer, okay. We could difficult, right? So we could say it was difficult, or they were suffering. It was a tragedy, okay. It's hard, okay. Grief, okay. These would be very specific kind of words, but again, these all would show that there was some kind of problem, and it was not an ideal situation. तो जो भी हमारे इस तरह के negative words होंगे, which would talk about not an ideal situation, those would refer to and talk about a problem. And okay, it was a complicated situation. There were a lot of issues. Okay, very good. Issues is a common word. Complications, okay, nice. So there could be lots of similar words. And okay, people used to worry about it, and now we would then propose a solution. Okay, very good. So you get this idea that these would be words जो थोड़े से हमें negative connotation देते हैं. We would use these kind of words for a problem statement. Okay, when we could use all these things, and then we could say, okay, this was the problem. And after we have described the problems, we would move forward and talk about a solution. Okay, what would be the words for solution? Okay, one word, very simple, according to the name, would be to solve this problem. Okay, or similarly, as a result, we treated this problem with this approach. Okay, treatment of a problem, very good. Solution of a problem. What else? Okay, remove the problem, that could be one way, but how would we talk about it in solution basis? Okay, get rid of, fix, clarify. Okay, deal with, very good. Ignore नहीं हो सकता ना. Strategize, okay, strategy कर बनाना. Unfold, possibilities, okay, very good. Way out, to prevent, very good. Please, everyone should participate in this activity. There are only few people responding. Okay, very good. Face the problem, resolve the problem, create ease, recommend. Okay, very good. Okay, so you get this idea that these all words we would use when we're talking about solution. So it could be any topic. We are talking about a problem, and then we would have a solution about it. And then we can also use some other transition words as they were used in the video. And whenever we are writing according to that, we can take help of transition words to show that how we are transitioning from problem towards solution. I hope it's clear to all of us. So first, let's do the vocabulary, and then we would do the exercise to make sure that we understand what we just learned. Okay. So these are vocabulary cards. So these are few words. Look at these very quickly. There was word dilemma, examine, observe, present, problem, purpose, propose, section, signal, solution, text structure. Okay, these were new words. Now we have vocabulary game, and that we have to see if we learn the use. Okay, are you guys ready? We have to quickly respond, and everyone has to respond.
Okay, ma'am.
Ready?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what would be the answer?
Solution.
They had a solution. They were out of gas in the middle of a desert. They were out of gas in the middle of a desert. That's the solution.
Dilemma.
Dilemma.
Solution, ma'am.
How it's a solution? It's a problem, and dilemma is a word for a problem. Okay. Drag the word that is opposite to problem. So what's
Solution.
opposite to problem?
Solution.
Solution. Very good. Very good. Okay, drag the word that have the same, that mean the same thing. Part, passage, or portion. Come on, quickly.
Section.
Okay, very good. Please respond quickly so we can enjoy it. Okay, very quickly. Direct the right word to its definition. The way the author organizes.
Text structure.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, that means the same thing, answer or explanation.
Present. Solution.
Solution, ma'am.
Solution.
Solution. Okay, it was the other present, not present. Okay, direct the missing word. We will
Observe.
What's wrong? We would present. Okay. Fine. Problem and solution is a. So when you are reading, pay attention to the science text contains two sections.
Text structure.
Observation, ma'am.
Observe.
Text structure.
The detective used her magnifying glass to closely
Examine.
Very good. Drag over the word that goes best with the image.
Signal.
Okay, the same meaning. Inspect and investigate.
Examine.
Very good. Okay. The dish is that my mom really needs me to babysit, but I promised my friend I would go over to help him study.
Problem.
That's the problem. Now they have to come up with a solution. Write the word. So you can learn this new word predicament as well. Okay, the opposite. Ignore, miss. What's the opposite?
Present.
Present or observe? Observe, because either you ignore or you observe it carefully. Okay, drag the right word to its definition. Music disturb कर रही थी या it was fine? Okay, drag the right word to its definition. To suggest an idea, plan, etc. for people to think about. Propose. To propose an idea, that means I give you some idea and I suggest something and then you think about it. So when you are reading, pay attention to the signs. The text will contain two
Section.
Drag the word to its definition. To show publicly.
Examine.
Present. Okay, the doctor
Examine.
that he
Proposed.
tries swimming or proposed because the doctor suggested that he try swimming on another. Okay, puzzles, question or issue.
Problem.
Very good. Acting as a sign, message, or that something gives information. Signal, propose, or examine.
Signals.
What's he doing?
Observe.
Okay, so we scored 18 because we had 2 wrong answers. All right, now we'd have a quiz regarding this problem and solution approach. Okay. Okay, all right. So read this part. Then we would discuss. The problem section presents the main problem and explains why it's a problem. Okay, so problem would not only talk about the problem. Okay, in one sentence, In one statement, it will show us what is the problem, and then it would explain how and why it is a problem. All right. A problem is something that is wrong or causing trouble. It's a challenge that needs to be overcome. So to overcome that challenge, we would try to fix it and suggest a solution to it. Okay, so read this passage. Each day, thousands of people communicate to New York City. Okay, read this paragraph and find what statement or which statement best describe the problem with Pennsylvania Station. Pennsylvania Station is the name of a station in New York City. When you find the answer, please type A, B, C, or D in your in the chat.
Mem A.
A.
All of you think it's A? Should we go for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
let's find
ma'am.
out. Okay, very good.
Yes.
So, all were right. Let's move forward to the next question. A problem and solution text structure presents a problem and how it can be solved. All problems will have a solution. The main solution is the solution that best solves the problem. So you can give more than one solution, but the best solution would be the one. The main solution would be the one that is best. Okay, cause and effect text structure is very similar to problem and solution. Okay, so in that cause and effect, we would learn about that as well. In that we talk about a cause and then we come about what is the effect of that cause. Okay, so that would also comprise of two sections. Which of the following does not have a problem or solution structure? So read the statements and tell which of the following it does not have a problem and solution structure. Okay, what about other people? What do you think?
D, ma'am.
D, ma'am.
Because when we look at the structure of D,
Ma'am B.
Ma'am, it's
okay,
maybe
all of
D.
those, okay, all of those
Ma'am D.
who think it's D, when we look at the structure carefully, we would say earlier the problem was that Raina was not playing for them. So they let Raina play with them so that she doesn't have to play alone. Okay, so that's kind of a solution. So this is a problem that she wants to play the game of soccer and all of her friends are busy. Okay, so that's the solution to approach. Okay, who thinks it's C? AG is baking cupcakes and then the store is closed. So AG makes half as many cupcakes. So again, this is kind of a solution. But I think it would be B because Marco is
Should
walking
be
on the sidewalk and now he is talking weight. So let's try this.
Yes.
Okay, so
Should
this
be
is
B,
the
ma'am.
right answer. Okay, it's B. Because again, it does not propose a solution. It is kind of a cause and effect. So it's telling us the cause is he's walking on the sidewalk, and since it's raining
Yes.
or there are a lot of puddles, so what happens as a result? He is talking weight. Okay, so this is a cause and effect statement. What does the solution section give evidence for? So what do you think? A, B, or C, or D? What does the solution section give evidence for? How to identify the problem? Why would it show that? Because the problem would already be defined.
Ma'am, should be C. C, ma'am.
See why the problem is not causing a real issue? The problem
Ma'am
is
D.
causing a real issue. That's why we are proposing a solution. So solution would not say that it's not a real problem.
Ma'am D.
D, ma'am. D. Ma'am, it's maybe D.
Okay, why one solution is better than all others? Again and again we have talked about this. And again, if you see this
Ma'am,
passage here, it would say that it may give you more than one suggested solutions, but it would also show which one is the best according to the situation of the problem. Okay, so that's the right answer. Very good. Who said D? Okay. In the passage below, which signal word is used to point out the problem? So read this passage and tell me which word is used to show the problem.
As a result.
Come on.
A.
How
D.
A, how D. अगर हम लोग ये पैसेज पढ़ते हैं तो हमें प्रॉब्लम कहाँ से शुरू होता है? लेट्स सी. हॉर्सेज आर सोशल एनिमल्स. यहाँ तक कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ठीक है. They like company and often get bored when they are alone. So again ये कोई जनरल स्टेटमेंट है, यहाँ पे भी हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं मिल रहा. This is telling us about the nature of horses. Okay.
C.
Kendra is worried about that her horse Blue might get lonely. Okay, यहाँ तक बता रहे कि she is worried that her horse might get lonely since he is her only pet. क्योंकि वो अकेला है, इस वजह से it can get problem. So now we can see that there is the problem. So there is the word since. Okay. So as a result, कहाँ पे use हुआ हुआ है? As a result तो use ही नहीं हुआ हुआ. Why you think कि वो होगा? Okay, so we can try this answer. Okay, so you have to be careful. So we scored 100%. Congratulations.